Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Owl House Season 2 Episode 11 and it's called Follies at the Coven Day Parade, just like it says up there. And yeah, if you've been an Owl House fan, on my channel, and you're waiting for new Owl House content and stuff like that, and it's been, was it October 1st right now? And also, happy October 1st. My monthly update is gonna happen on Monday, so doing episode 11 for this show today, then episode 12, the next episode tomorrow. So yeah. And the season 3 specials hasn't happened yet, so my hope is I get. Oh wait, no, actually no. The first season 3 special is actually gonna happen soon this month. So, ooh, yeah. Maybe I can get most of season 2B, the second half of season 2 done. The most of it before the first special happens, but I'm not sure. But anyway, what do I want to say before I begin? So yeah, it's been 6 months, half a year since they've done an Owl House review. I know it's been a long time, but trust me, if you guys haven't been watching my if you guys have been watching my Owl House reviews but not my Amphibia ones, because there's probably some of you, or maybe none of you, but maybe just some, my Amphibia watchers that are on this channel, like, kind of know what you feel, but also more, because I kind of delayed Amphibia even before I finished it for the second half of, and also the first half of season 2, until I decided to just do like a whole bunch. That was a big hiatus, bigger than I ever intended it. So this is kind of like, well, what do I want to say, like half of it, like half of that time. So yeah. Okay, so okay, was there anything else? Okay, it's been half a year. Yeah, I'm back with the Owl House. The season 3 first special is gonna happen soon, like in a couple weeks. Also, Owl House is supposed to make an appearance. The show is supposed to make it some sort of announcement, something at New York Comic-Con, and just like a gallery thing, but it was only like for 100 people if you bought tickets. So if you're one of those 100 people, cool. I'm not one of them, but hopefully you guys enjoy that. Let's see. Oh, also today, if you guys are wondering, I also did a mini movie review on Thor: Love and Thunder, Thor 4, because yesterday I did it for Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I did that yesterday. Today I did Thor: Love and Thunder, a mini review. So if you want to check that out, I did a short on that. Yep, I'm not sure. I think the Doctor Strange 2 movie review is gonna come sooner than later. But the Thor: Love and Thunder one, I don't know when I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, because I definitely want to get the Chipocalypse, that big City Greens episode, along with episode 22, which is the Ramifications. I definitely want to get those 2 episodes done, and also Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion is gonna come back pretty soon. Like, I'm not sure how long, but it's coming pretty soon. So that's gonna be happening also. So, yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder, you probably have to wait a bit of a while. So, yeah. Okay. Besides that, since I haven't reviewed Owl House in a long time, I guess I can tell you. I'm just gonna say my score right out the bat. Well, not my score, but I'm just gonna say like a word because kind of like how I say there's I say the score and I say like how I feel about it in like in a word or something. I say fantastic, perfect, great, okay, or good or bad. This one, just like the mid-season finale, for was it season 2 episode 10? This is just okay. But I have a bit of a policy. I'm not sure if I've ever explained on the show, or I probably have, and I'm just forgetting. But I have a policy. If you have 2 okay episodes in a row, I really want things to elevate more. Like, do more. I don't want to say like better writing, but I want something to wow me. You know, is that gonna happen? Because the second half for season 1, like what was it? It started with like really small problems, and that kind of went down a little bit up, and then went down again until Agony of a Witch. So I'm not sure how they're gonna handle this, but yeah, because I'm not sure what I ranked Eclipse Lake. I'm pretty sure that was a good episode, but I'm just not remembering it. But I remember good things about it. There were things I didn't like. Spoilers about Kikimora going crazy. When did I? How did that? Never mind. I'm not gonna. Sorry, the scene Kikimora right there is the last time I saw you, you were acting crazy. But anyway. So yeah, hopefully episodes 12 and onward, it will be, it will elevate more. And I guess the first strike, or the first thing I'm gonna take off is that there are 2 main plot lines in this episode. And how I mentioned before, if you are a fan of Big City Greens, or you at least watch my reviews on it, I mentioned time and time again how they do it well by doing multiple plot lines. It doesn't feel like jam-packed. I might maybe mention like one episode of Big City Greens. I'm not sure which, because I'm not really thinking about the show right now. But there was probably maybe even one episode, or maybe none, that probably like, okay, maybe this plotline didn't really have to be there. But for the most part, they do it really well, because they just have like a diverse, family. That when you see the grandmother's plotline, Alice and Bill's plotline, and Tilly's and Cricket's, you are invested in the character. At least I am. If you're invested with the characters, you kind of want to see what they're doing, but they also know when this character isn't needed, so they don't need a plot line. Kind of like how I mentioned for what was it? I can't remember, but I remembered that. Oh, right, it was the present tense episode. Again, spoilers. Alice wasn't in that episode at all, and Bill only said a couple of words when Vasquez was bringing Cricket the statue. Bill said, "Oh, hey, Vasquez. Oh, I guess I'll see you later." We didn't see his face because we didn't need to, because he was busy doing something else, because he's a farmer. He has stuff to do. And Alice, she doesn't need to be in the episode because she has her own adventures. She has her own things to do, her own shows. We didn't go inside her room, where she's probably at. So it makes sense. Then we have this episode, because we have the Ida and Rain storyline, we have Luce's storyline, we have Amity and Willow storyline, we have the Kikimora storyline. We have so much, and we introduce a new character today. So, I just think they would. I get it. I mentioned time and time again that season 3 was shortened, and so they knew from, I think, the beginning of season 2, right? They knew it was the beginning of season 2, or at least a couple episodes after the beginning of season 2. They knew that season 3 was only going to be specials, and they only had so much time. So I get it, but still, I feel like I have to take a point off, because it's just too much. It's just too much. Because I feel like maybe the Kikimora plotline wasn't really needed, because you definitely need the loose one. But I have to say it could have been executed better. It maybe had a good idea of where it was going, but the execution, I think, needed work. I definitely like the loose one and the Amity and Willow one, but I really enjoyed the Ida and Rain one also. But I think 3 plot lines are. Well, I guess the Amity and Willow one didn't really take too long, so yeah, I can probably just have those 3. The Kikimora one is here's the thing. I guess spoilers. This plotline about Kikamura, it never gets brought up again. At least I don't think. Maybe there was like a throwaway line in the future episode season 2, but that's probably it. It's not like a plot line. So yeah, dude, this wasn't needed. But again, I know I don't want to rant about the episode because it isn't bad. It's just okay. It's just okay. But besides that, let's begin with the episode. We first have with Luz recording to her mom, because remember from the last episode where, her mom basically made her promise to come back home because that's her daughter. She wants her safe, and Luz, I'm not sure she had time to explain to her mom, and I don't want to say I've been hearing some controversy online, but I've been hearing some people kind of say that Luz's middle ground kind of doesn't make sense. As I understand, this is just how I understand it, is that Luz maybe didn't have enough time to tell her mom about Ida, her new mother figure, about King, about her best friends, Will and Gus, her girlfriend Amity, of how she was going to school and how she's learning a lot. And I don't think she probably had enough time to explain all those things to her. But everything was happening so fast in episodes that I don't think she really had time. So, but she's basically saying, like, I want to find a middle ground for us so we can figure this out. So, like, and basically, like, kind of like, oh, this place has magic and wonder, but, like, and I'm with wonderful people. And it's just Hootie, like, cleaning his skin? Ugh. Okay. Yeah, you look so freaky. Then we have Luz that, hey, I'm learning magic. She does a leg lift, but Basha bumps into her and it blinds her. It's pretty funny. But she's like, oh, human, if you do that again, I'm going to set you on fire. And Luz obviously freaks out and goes into Hexside. Because that was like in, it was like in a park area. I'm not sure. But she went to Hexside. But here's the thing. I really want Basha to get character development, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. Because right now she's a typical, bully jock character, and I don't want typical things. I don't want typical, because right now, what I want with Basha is what I want for Chloe Bourgeois from Miraculous Ladybug. I'm not gonna say why, because that's spoilers, and probably a lot of you watch this channel, watch the show, so I'm not gonna say why, but I really want like Chloe to go away, move somewhere, or something drastic. If this maybe the show wasn't on Disney, to her fall into a volcano, or for Lila to like get rid of her, because I'm just so tired of Chloe. That's how I feel about Basha. I don't know. I still have some hope for Basha, because I'm not gonna say what, but something happens to season 2, because maybe it will turn her act around. I'm not gonna say what. This is all I'm gonna say, but maybe there's a bunch of comics that are awesome that kind of show Basha in a new light. Fingers crossed it might come true, but right now she's a typical bully character. Okay, you're not interesting. You're boring. Anyway, but besides that, I don't want to rant about Chloe and Basha. Oh my goodness. She goes into school. I like how Principal Bump tried. I really like that, where he said, I'm learning magic, and a Principal Bump, Hexside safe, right? Oh yes, our student safety is our #1 priority. We fixed the detention pit. And then he's like, no, please, someone please help me. It's a detention door. Because remember from the first day, he said that the detention door was still in the works. Like, he didn't fix it yet, but now it's fully fixed. He did it like 2 thumbs up because he actually thought that he was doing something good. I'm not sure if he knew that Luz was recording for her mommy or her human mom in the human realm, but he probably knew this was important, because, and to him in this realm, the detention pit is really safe. Like, for the students who are bad or who are being naughty and need to be taken care of. So I just think he was just trying to do his best. I don't really think he thought he was doing anything wrong. So, 2 thumbs up for Principal Bump. I like him. Way better than escaping expulsion. This is really good. When was the last time we saw him? Oh, it was Hunting Passman. He was great there too. Anyway, besides that, He showed it. He had really long hair. It's pretty cool. Um, Now we get to the, was it after school? Yeah, school's over. And basically you have Luce looking at her phone, it's showing Skeleton Hootie, and while Gus and Willow are talking about what does Emperor Belos look like? And basically they have a bunch of theories that's saying that, well, it's like, maybe it's like a mirror and the Emperor was society all along. And Gus is like, maybe he's just afraid that he's too handsome. I can relate. Gus is a pretty suave. I pretty respect Gus. I respect him. He's pretty cool. He's like, yeah, I'm really handsome. Hey, look at me. Okay. And then Gus, actually drops the question. Hey, Luce, you fought Belos, and you even chipped his mask. Like you know, is there anything you can tell us about his face? And she even says, oh, I didn't really even get a good look. And this is the part where I just wish people would focus a little bit more on what Amity said. I'm pretty sure there's some people who did, and I just don't know their YouTube channel, maybe. But I just wish, at least the ones that remember, which would point out, because Amity basically pops up and says, I heard he was scarred from wild magic. And then Luce also freaks out, and then they go all blushy face, and then she says, hello, batata, which is sweet potato in Spanish. And I really like how Gus helped Amity. Which I wish people would give Gus a little more credit. That some people would just kind of gloss over, oh, cool Gus, and then that's it. Come on. Give the man some praise. And you even get a little 2 thumbs up, yeah. And this is something that's accurate. Because before, when he was doing human stuff in the Human Appreciation Club, it was like the correct name, but for the wrong object. So, and he always got stuff wrong. But now he has something that's correct. Come on, people. Let's point it out, please. Character development. For like his, character arc, sort of. That's like not magic related, just with the human society. But anyway. But back when Amity said that, I heard that he was scarred from wild magic. Where did she hear that from? I'm actually wondering, maybe someone from the Emperor's Coven, maybe Edric and Emra, maybe Alador or Odalia, which is the mom and dad. Maybe they said something. You know, it'd be kind of funny, because the last time we saw Hunter and Amity interact, they kind of left at a bad note back in the clips. Like, maybe there's something where Amity and Hunter been keeping tabs on each other, and it ended up talking. And Hunter basically said, like, hey, my uncle's been scarred by wild magic, and now Amity's keeping it a secret. I just think that'd be pretty cool. What do you guys think in the comments below? Are Amity and Hunter secretly texting each other, talking about your Uncle Belos? I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool. They're like pen pals. On the battlefield, they're trying to kill each other. At night, they're texting. I love it. Would that actually happen? Probably not, but I just think it'd be pretty cool. Maybe it was Edric and Emma, but probably just overheard their mom and dad talking about. Who knows? Yeah, mostly likely the mom, because the dad just doesn't pay attention. But, unless he's literally focused into attention, but anyway. I just can't, wait, what was I trying to say? Right, so the next thing happened. Basically, they're being all cute with each other, and then Amity says, like, hey, I've been meaning to ask you, did the portal work? And basically Luce has a flashback where Mom says, promise me that you won't go back to that place. And she said, oh, Mom, it wasn't your fault. Like, well, you know that you did nothing wrong. And she said, Luce, please, promise me. And she said, okay, Mom, I promise. And she said, "Oh, I didn't get the portal working. I didn't go into the human realm." She's only like half lying, because she went to that in between type of place, so she didn't physically go into the human realm. So she didn't actually go there yet. When will that actually happen? Who knows? I know, but I'm not gonna say which episode. Nope, spoilers. I'm not gonna say anything. What was the next thing? All right, and basically you have Ida and King, and he's like, oh, they're here, like later taters, and like she kisses Amity and Willow goes like bye, and then Amity's like, because she's really happy. I like seeing Amity happy, and she kind of feels something in the step. Luz lost her phone, and that's the video, and she kind of knows that Luz was kind of in a hurry to leave. And she kind of looks at her phone, kind of thinking, maybe there's something that she's not kind of telling me. So she kind of has a feeling, not a big feeling, but kind of a little feeling that something is going on. Sorry. Okay, this part. I don't really like this because King say, "Oh, don't worry, Luz. I'm sure your mom will allow you to come back and visit us." At the end of the previous episode, she lied to King and Ida about basically the human realm, and it basically, oh, moms can't wait. My mom can't wait to meet you guys. And that was gonna be a plotline of her eventually telling Ida and King. That was off screen. But what's the whole point of lying in the first place at the end of the episode? And then you made us wait a big hiatus for it. Oh, she already told them. I know. Shortening in season 3, the great shortening. I get it. But come on. Just Lucid, hey, Ida, King, do something I need to tell you guys. It didn't go well. And then Ida and King's like, and Hootie was there too. Hootie was there too. Well, what happened? I need to tell you guys something. And then it goes to this episode. Don't make Luz do a lie and then gloss over it. You know? Whatever. And then Ida said, hey, maybe I could put a charm on her, the memory charm. And I'm like, oh, Ida, don't do that. But it's classic Ida. And even Luz has a face like, oh, Mom, my mom's not gonna like that. She's not gonna like you, Ida, if you do that. And I've been hearing some mixed reviews of how Camilla's gonna view Ida as like a parent. And I'm not really sure if Camilla's gonna react well, because a lot of people said that what Ida did, with Luz and their adventures is really, really dangerous and stuff, especially since when they first met. Obviously, Ida's more protected with Luz now, but before, it was kind of really reckless. I'm not sure if Camilla's gonna really take that well, so I kind of agree with some people, but also people said, oh, Camilla will eventually get around. I kind of believe that too, but we'll see where it goes. We're going to see. If they do eventually meet up, which I'm pretty sure they will. Okay, and basically they go to the middle of town. Not right here. Sorry, not the scene. With Kikimora right there. Not yet. But they go into town and they're setting up for the Coven Day Parade. Here's the thing. I had the same issue with the Grom celebration, like like their prom. There was only one poster, and it was a tiny poster, in one episode. What was it? The first day or something? Was that the episode? That was the only mention of Grom until the Grom episode. I wish it was a little bit more build up, like for the Coven Day Parade. I'm not asking for much, just let's see. Oh, you know what would have been perfect? In the episode Ida's Requiem. And that's when we were introduced to Rain. Was it season 2, episode 7? While they're making the introduction to the new head of the Bard Coven, which is Rain Whispers, maybe in that, that ceremony, they mentioned, oh, and also everyone don't forget that in a month or so, we are gonna do the annual Coven Day Parade, and then they do the Coven Day Parade here. And you can have flyers and people working on construction just in the background leading to this episode. Not just do it here. Were they not planning to do a parade episode? No, I'm pretty sure they were. They were planning. I mean, like the crew behind the scenes, I mean. I think episode 7 would have been perfect. Just they're mentioning, the Coven Day Parade. The little mention in the construction here and there. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. Anyway. And basically, even Luz asked, what's going on? So even Luz didn't know. Whatever. Then the King's like, it's the annual Coven Day Parade. And and Luz is like, King's like, there's, there's a bunch of fireworks, and you know, there's a bunch of parades, and the parades actually do look cool. And he's like, oh, there's all a bunch of hoopla to kiss the emperors. I love how Luce is covering King's ears because Ida definitely swears, and then she's like, the emperor's whatever, whatever. And then you know, Ida basically says, hey, what was it, Morton? Hey, like my usual, like you know, I'm not sure if it was her elixir or not. She was asking for. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just potions. And then I didn't like King right here. She said, "Hey, you lose. So, like you want some hot goss girl or you know, gossip?" And it's like, like what? It's like, and basically King was reading Ida's diary. King, I know he's a jerk sometimes, but come on, don't do that. And even he's like, King, did you read my diary? And basically explaining about Rain and how, you know, they're head of the Bard Coven, and oh, you know, Edith kind of like, you know, has a hots for her, them, sorry, had a hots for them, and then Edith kind of goes over King like yeah, in order to like you know they got captured and they did a rebellion. And he's like, yeah, I was there, King. You don't need to say the whole thing. And then King's like, I didn't get to that part. And Lucy's obviously infatuated with it. And, you know, and I love how in the background there, you know, there's a tape recorder playing, what was it? Rain's Rhapsody or Edith's Requiem? I think it was Edith's Requiem, right? Yeah, sorry. I'm just two different songs. There's Rain's Rhapsody and Ida's Requiem. I'm pretty sure it was the Ida one. And I really like it. I really love the violin, the guitar. I love it. And because I'm just into that classical music. It's one of my favorites. And Lucy's like, oh, it's so romantic. And Ida's like, oh, according to my sources, you know, my sources say that Rain is still with the Coven. And remember the last time we saw them, they were getting crystallized with their Coven sigil. And because Kikimora captured them when they escaped from Darius and Eberwolf, the head covens of Beastkeeping and Abomination. And basically he said it just doesn't make any sense. They why would the Emperor keep Rain around? Like you know, I thought they were captured. They would have been petrified or in a prison cell or something, or either or Rain wouldn't be with the Emperor. Why is she here? And then basically Lucy said like, hey, maybe you can ask them. And then we see a big billboard of Rain, you know, playing the violin or the version of a violin. I'm gonna call it a violin for now, unless they get like an actual name for it. Because the guitar that Ida was playing was a lute, actually, which is actually in the human realm also. So, anyway, are we ever gonna see? Actually, this came to mind. Are we ever gonna see Scar play an instrument? She's in the bard track. Come on, have her sing or play guitar or play the saxophone or something, or the piano. Come on. Anyway. Yeah, I think that would be nice, right? I'm just imagining right now. I would just love her playing the piano. Come on. Anyway. Let's see. Basically, he's like, this doesn't make any sense. And like Lucy said, maybe we can ask them. And then it's like, oh, how are we gonna get in touch with them? The parade's gonna be crawling with guards. How are we gonna do this? And then basically Luce overhears Kikimora talking with her mom. And I don't want to feel sympathetic for Kikimora. She tried to eliminate Hunter. She tried to eliminate Luce. She tried to eliminate Amity. Like, from that, also from the previous episode of her going crazy to this, I just feel there's an imbalance. I mean, I guess her character is imbalanced because she's crazy, but still, come on. And then she, oh, of course I miss everyone. And it's like, what do you mean I don't get to go to the retirement village? Basically saying that you're out of the family if you don't, like, basically, oh, you're putting your duties over family, basically. And Luce kind of feels bad for her, but saying, like, oh, because at least to her 14 and a half year old brain is computing that her mom basically saying that you are betraying me and like the family if you choose the Boiling Isles and your friends over there over me. At least that's how like Luce is seeing it. I see different interpretations of what Luce is thinking of helping Kikimora out. That's just my interpretation. Is it the right one? Who knows? But I just that's my interpretation of it. And basically, we have Kikimora just all down trips over something, and then Ida's like, like she would give us the time of day. And Lucy's like, come on. And we basically have Kikimora crying, like, oh, my mother won't let me come back to Palm Springs again. Palm Springs, okay. Come on, it's too similar. I'm not gonna take a point off, but come on, it's too similar. Unless Palm Springs is supposed to represent something else, but I'm pretty sure it's Palm Springs. Pretty sure. Anyway. And basically, like, and it, like, loses, oh, there, Kikimora. Yeah, I love Ida's face. Ida's me. Like, I'm like, why are we talking to her? Whatever. And it's like, oh, we're gonna help you. And then Ida obviously grabs Luce. Hey! And she points out stuff I point out. Oh, okay, she doesn't mention Hunter, but she said she didn't blink twice when she tried to throw you. Wait, sorry. Calm down. What Ida says, like, she didn't even blink twice when she decided to throw your girlfriend down the cavern in Eclipse Lake. She tried to fry you when you were rescuing those palismen, and she also tried to petrify me. Like, oh, the girl's bad, but not the hot kind of bad. I love Ida so much. All great points. I have no complaints about what Ida said right there. And then, but what about you visiting Rain? It's like, this is too dangerous, Luce. And then even Ida says, Luce, what are you getting out of this? And basically we have Kikimora saying, like, the empty emperor is not a forgiving man, and I don't want to be banished from the retirement home, but I'm just a party planner. You're a party planner? Whatever. Apparently she's a party planner. Okay, sure. Sure. You know what? I just realized something. Basically, after like Kikimora sort of agreed to like help them, it's like nighttime. I was I was actually, and my brain's just realizing that they didn't announce the Coven Day Parade like the day of it actually happening. It was the next night. So I might, but is 2 days enough? I might retake that, strike off, actually. But I'm like kind of wondering if 2 days is enough. I mean, real life, it obviously isn't. You need tons of planning, but it's a show. But I actually thought it was actually the day of. But no, it's at nighttime. So where's the parade? Oh, it's the next night. Huh. Yeah, because this is day 2 right here. They're still working, so. I don't know why my brain forgot that. Yeah, I'm gonna, when I finish the review, I'm gonna reconsider that. But yeah, so my bad. They had 2 days. It wasn't the day of. It was 2 days. But anyway, so at night they're planning, and Luce is basically going crazy, saying Kikimora can prove that she can have both worlds. Luce, calm down. And oh, Ida can talk to Rain. It's so romantic. And Ida's blushing. Oh, it's not that romantic because Ida loves Rain. Are they back together? No, they're not, because when Rain was captured, and 2, they never talked about their relationship and about Ida's curse. I mean, that's what, spoilers, that's what broke them apart. And that was in the first half of season 2 also. So if you watch my reviews, you would know that. So yeah, they're not back together yet. Will it happen? Yeah, maybe. It would be great if they would. And basically they're going over the plan. Basically, we're gonna sneak out the roofs, and King and Hootie are gonna be in a parade float, and Kikimora, Ida and I are gonna kidnap you and Rain, and then every day, Kikimora, I'll drop you off at the dock so you can go to Palm Springs. And so okay. So that's the plan, and it's the next day, and right here. Yep, I was talking for a long time. Hold on. And we have Kikimura kind of saying like, "Oh, this isn't gonna work," and we have Rain right here, and I like their design, and they have some sort of flask or so they're like a drinking what was it? It's kind of like a tooth, which is pretty cool, or like a dragon nail or something, dude. Oh yeah, because they have paper dragons here, so maybe it's from that. But they're like drinking something, and then Kikimori's like, "Oh, Rain, aren't you supposed to be practicing your parade wave?" And Rain's like, "Oh, you know how I hate talking to people, listening to people, looking at people, people." And Rain's like, "I'm just happy to do my part." And then Kikimori's like, "You seem a lot more calm than I last saw you." And we have this character. Basically, as spoilers, her name is Terra Snapdragon. I like her costume, her character design. I don't like how she's just one-dimensional. I know this is her introduction, but for right now, I just see her as a one-dimensional character. Like, I don't care about her too much. I just like her design. I like the vines around her arms. I like her purple. I like the big vines around her. I like her hair. I'm pretty sure this is her hair. I like the flower bud and the top. It looks pretty cool. I'd like to see Willow get in a fight with her because she seems powerful. That'd be pretty cool. Why wouldn't they be? And then, what are you doing at your greenhouse, head witch? That would have been a pretty cool place to go, the greenhouse, because I'm pretty sure they're talking about the Coven greenhouse, which would be much bigger than the Hexside one. That'd be pretty cool too. But again, the great shortening. And then Rain's kind of like, "Oh, I've been getting these splitting headaches," and then I like how she calls them Sprout. It's pretty cool. "Oh, Sprout, drink your tea." And obviously, this is the big this is what's controlling them. I wish they would have dragged it out a little bit. Again, I know the great shortening, but I kind of want to stop mentioning that. But maybe we could have done something like this where we introduce Terra, and basically we have Rain kind of like not drinking until like the end. She's like, they're like drinking something, which we can only suspect that's it, or maybe it could be something else. But we don't see Terra like give it to them, that special flower thing, and we basically kind of like, what's going on with them? Are they being mind controlled? I wish they would have kind of dragged it out a little bit more, kind of like maybe to episode 14 maybe. Maybe 13, 14. I think that would have been. Yeah, I would say episode 13, 14 would be a good idea to reveal. Oh, they're being mind controlled. How do we reverse it? But Terra's kind of like, "Oh, remember, you're gonna wave to thousands of people. Remember to lean in with your elbow." And Rain's like, "I'm on it." Kikimori's like, "I gotta warn them. This is gonna ruin everything." And Terra's like, "Kikimora, you're not leaving, are you? The parade's about to begin." And wait, hold on. I love this. The illusion coven. Here's the thing. I just have one issue. I guess I don't have an issue. I might not take a point off of it. But here's the thing. We had the old guy. That was the keeper of the Looking Glass graveyard, where Gus and Matt is gonna start practicing their magic there because those two helped them out. But how come that new character, the head of the illusion coven, that was in episode 6 of season 2, where they were all gathered there, we had the guy with the tail. How come he's not here? But I think that was the kind of wasted opportunity. Like, oh, it's the old guy we saw previously. Yeah, but we have nothing on that new guy. I might be able to let that go. We'll probably introduce him later, but I just think we could have just had him here, performing like a bunch of great illusions. Oh no. Maybe he'll come back into play later. Maybe. Yeah. Well, obviously he disappears and a bunch of doves and stuff, and we have wait, where was it? We have Ida, jumping from rooftop to rooftop. Oh, also I forgot, there was a scene where King was buying illegal fireworks from Edric, and then she said, "Oh wait, are these illegal? Does that disappoint you or does that intrigue you more?" And King's like, Obviously he said yes to the breaking rules part. But that was pretty cool that we see Edric away from Emera. I think it's pretty cool. Because remember, back in season 1, Emera kind of wants to be separated from Edric. Not as like a permanent thing, but kind of like for him to do his own thing. He's doing his own thing. I think that's great. And we see like the construction coven flow. We see a bunch of abominations for an abomination coven. And I just want to play this right here. Sorry, I don't want to play too much. But I love I know there's a bunch of trumpets and stuff going on, but that's a parade. But I just love them playing the violin. I'm sorry, I'm just a sucker for classical music. I just had to do it. If you're not a fan of classical music, you don't understand. Well, you might be a fan. You might understand if you're like a fan of music. But anyway. We have Kikimora just kind of like, ugh. And basically, we have the King watch that Luce has one. Either this is Ida's or Luce got one also. I love Ida's spy gear. Spy like costume. Pretty cool. Luce is okay. I mean, it's not bad, but I love Ida's. Yeah, the red and green's kind of but the gray with the red, it works. It works. He's like, okay, so and he's like, is that our float? Oh my goodness. I have King and Hootie kind of like just working the float. It's pretty funny. Oh yeah, and they're like, woo. He's like, okay, time to go. This is funny how Luce like is getting trouble getting out the roof, and she's like, oh, I can't get down. But Luce, earlier you were just jumping from rooftop to rooftop, and then also in Hunting Palisman, you jump from like a flight of stairs. Why can't you do this? Humor isn't worth like, not going what your character can do. It's kind of like giving a character like fire powers, and this character can't do fire magic for some reason with like no explanation. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, come on. I love that. I love this. How Kikimora has his Emperor's Coven watch, and then transitions into Hootie's disgusting watch. Oh my goodness. And to go like 3, like 2, 1. Look at this. A bunch of fireworks. And it says Belos. More like Belos. Some sound. Like a rain. Like, are you kidding me? And they're like, should we check on that? And Kikimora's like, yes, you pinheads. Go check it out. And then they have the, what's it called? The mist, glyph. And it's like, distracting everyone. Luce picks up Kikimora like a baby. She could just follow you. Kikimora's like, she's just being all dramatic, like, oh, what do you say, you fiend? And Luce's like, oh yes, I, Hecate, will wisp you away to my kingdom of my kingdom of mirrors and snakes, which is something she would totally read. We have Amity just hooded up so she can help her. Pretty cool. You would want all the magical firepower you can get, because Amity's pretty strong too. And Amity's kind of like, oh my goodness, Luce. And I love Rain's silhouette right here before they pop out. Oh my goodness. Because I was about to say, like, Lucy, hey, I didn't expect I was supposed to write lines. Oh my goodness, they're like, yeah, this ends here. And easy catches them. Like, come on, you two. No mess around. No time to mess around. And basically, Amity takes off her hood and runs after them. And King's like, okay, we're surrounded. What are we going to do, Hootie? You need to be very stealthy. And Hootie's like, Oh, hoot, hoot, hoot. Sorry, I just had to play this right here. Hopefully it won't be too much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this will be good. Yeah.
It's me, your good buddy Belos! Worship me! Kill that monstrosity!
And basically, I'm Bella's, worship me. And so, oh yeah, that's not the first time I heard that. It's all hoot hoot hoot. And basically, we have Ida and Rain. Oh, Rain, thank goodness you're safe. And I wish I could play this right here, but I played the Hootie one and just there's a line at the well, I guess I don't really have to do the one at the end because this is the introduction to Terra Snapdragon because that's the plant lady's name. So maybe I don't have to do that one, but well. But basically, Ida and Rain's like, Ida, what are you doing here? Rain's like, Rain. Ida's like, I wanted to make sure you were safe from that fight from Darius and Eber. And Rain's like, what fight? Like, and she's like, it was only a couple weeks ago. I was with you. And Rain's like, Ida, I don't know what you want with me, but I'm part of a coven now. I can't associate with wild witches anymore. Move aside. And he's like, no. She puts a plant glyph. It's a bunch of vines. Excuse me. And no, I'm not gonna go until I get through you. And Rain gets their violin. Okay, we're gonna do this the hard way. We see more destruction. Yeah, we losing Kikimora. He said, we did it. And then Kikimora said, hey, are we visible? No. We need to be invisible right now or she's gonna end us. And said, oh, who's gonna end us? Yeah, I just want to play this right here.
Terra Snapdragon.
Basically, she's the head witch of the plant coven, Terra Snapdragon. And look at entrance. Like she's like, yeah, they're here. And we basically have like, oh, Kikimora, we need to find her post haste. Oh, she was gonna get that promotion. And Kikimora's like, eep. And like, oh, she hears them. She hears the bottle like, pff, like crash. Oh, well, I know a way or two to get rid of a pest. And she like kills a fly with a Venus fire trap. And is about to launch the spine. Amity's abomination and grabs Terra's vine and is like, oh, another pest. And basically we have Amity run to Luce, and Luce is like, oh, sweet potato. It's like, how did you know? And then she's like, yeah, it was book 5, was chapter something like, oh, what was it? Azura like helps Hecate or something like they escape like the kingdom of snakes or something. No, sorry, it was Hecate lures Azura by pretend capturing like a friend or something, so they can like escape together or something. I think that was it. In the comments below, tell me if I'm wrong or not. But basically they're kind of like then basically, you know, like, oh, but like, you know, you didn't have to come. Is that, I know, but I wanted to make sure my girlfriend didn't get locked into conformatorium again. She makes Abomination skateboard. I wouldn't like this because skateboards and boiling isles, you have stabs. Like, why would you have skateboards? But I was notified that Amity was a skater, so I had time to have my brain kind of focus on that information, kind of like to kind of accept it. I was kind of wondering, am I going to accept it or not? But I was told that, like, oh yeah, Amity's a skater. So, like, you know, that was like, oh, am I going to accept it or not? I'm willing to accept it. If I watched this before that happened, I was like, no, too late. But, but, so I'm willing to accept it. I mean, like, before reviewing it, I mean, so, what was I trying to say? You know, I'm willing to accept anime is scared before I did my review. Anyway, Um. Basically, we get back to so they're on the skateboard. They're on like a cobblestone, and since it's made of like abomination goo, I think it has like more not dexterity. I don't know why I was thinking that for a second, but it's able to like grasp onto the cobblestones because the abomination goop is like able to like form in many different ways. So I think that's why they were able to go on a cobblestone and on a rickety bridge. I'm not sure that's the best excuse, but if it was just a regular skateboard, there's no way they'll be able to go over cobblestones and the boardwalk to the dragon. But we get back to Eden and Rain's fight, and then he's like, "Oh, come on, Rainstorm, I know you when you're going easy on me." And I was like, "Oh, are they? Oh, this is really interesting. I really like this plotline." And basically they're like, "Oh, okay, fine," and they bring like a thunderstorm. Ooh, this is pretty cool. And obviously Eden's dodging, and she's throwing potions at them, but not trying to hurt them. They want to know what's going on. She wants to know what's going on with them. Raina has her like the nut baton, but the thing to make music with the violin. He has a staff, and then boom, pff, clash, and pff, there's thunder everywhere. Really cool. We go into the rickety bridge, and then we go into the hand dragon. Luz basically says like, "Oh, you be able to." Oh, Principal. Oh, sorry. Oh, she basically talks to Kikimura like, "Oh, we made it. Here's the whistle to your hand dragon." And what was the dragon's name? Princess. Oh, Princess can't stay at Principal Bump's backyard anymore, and so you have to take her back. Oh, you can prove that you can go into, you can prove that you can live in two different worlds, your business world and your family world. Amity gives Luz the look like really? And I can't believe there's another plotline that I missed. It was the Amity and Willow one. Man. Sorry. But basically, Amity went to Willow's house, and we actually see Willow working out. Pretty cool. I like her workout. I like her workout clothes. And basically, like Willow's like, "Oh, Amity, you're here. You're at my house." And then Amity's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, it's been here. It's been a while since I've been here, alone by myself." Because and the last time Amity was here was not inside the house; it was outside to get her to help to rescue Luz. It was in escaping expulsion, which there was no need for that because Willow didn't do anything. It was all Amity, so there was no really reason for Willow to go there. Anyway. Sorry. What was I talking about? Alright, so basically saying like, basically saying like, I have Luz's phone or fun, like she doesn't know how to say phone. And so she has this and she's like not making any sense, like, "Oh, Amity, calm down, like you're not making any sense, like slow down for me." And it's like, I think Luz is lying about not going to the human realm. I can watch this, but I don't want to invade her privacy, would you? And Luz is like, Willow's like, maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. And I really like this where Willow's like, "This is gonna have to be your own decision, but if you really want my advice, you have to do something for me. You still know how to braid hair." And I'm like, "Ooh, like this is nice." I don't want to say "ooh" like that. I'm not sure, but anyway. And basically, like, "Oh, Willow, yeah, sure. I'm a little rusty." And then she's like, "Hey, I'm glad we can be like this." And it's really sweet. Willow made like a face, kind of like a face of like, "I'm glad that we're doing this," but also kind of like things are so unresolved. I like that. Because basically what was it? Basically we had the episode, we basically, Understanding Willow, which was the episode where we realized why Amity broke that friendship with Willow. We figured out why. That was back in season 1. Then we had Wing Like Witches, which is that episode that kind of continued that. And now we have this episode right here. So, it's been like a 3-episode arc so far for these 3. I guess 4 episodes if we can count Hooty's movie Hassle, which we first learned that Willow and Amity were friends at one point. But that's really it. Let's see. I basically, so Willow come into face, so kind of things are so unresolved. Like, yeah, things are pretty still like unresolved. Like, you know, they never really fully talked about like what happened. I mean, they sort of did, but there's still things they need to like to work out. And this is the first time they hung out by themselves that doesn't have Gus or Luce or stuff. But Amity went there to talk about Luce, which is still good. You want to talk to your friends that you can about your problems, and like you want a good friend for that. I love that. But I kind of hope they can also go on their own and talk. Like, you know, have a friend-to-friend talk. Like, you know, they about themselves. This was fine. Like, I didn't dislike it. If you kind of gained that vibe, I didn't like dislike it. But anyway, so basically, back to the plotline that we were on. That was from the past. Sorry, because I missed that scene accidentally. But basically, we have you know, basically more like, oh, Lucy Human, you are a truly kind person, but you're also a fool. And Lucy's like, what? It's like, yeah, didn't you hear Terra? The Emperor, she wants to promote me, and I'm just like, she could have been lying, dummy. And like, she didn't say dummy, but like, come on. And it's like, oh, that's a risk I'm willing to take. And basically, we have Kikimora basically about to get them, and basically we have them like trying to escape. We have Kikimora and Princess go in the water and go through the docks. And oh, how the Emperor's Coven will how the Emperor's Coven will reward me, that how I captured a troublesome human. And oh, hey, I remember you. You're the fire starter from Eclipse Lake. And she's based, and we have Amity and Luce doing a combination of Amity's Abomination Fist with what was it, the ice glyph. So it's kind of like an ice abomination glyph, so it's more powerful to knock Kikimora and Princess around. Then we have Terra save them from Kikimora. I was like, oh, is she good guy? What? And she's like, oh, Kikimora, you know Emperor Belos doesn't like you to not kill children. Like, you know, that's not his plans for the Day of Unity. You know that. And it's like, oh, to Terra, like, oh, what about the promotion? It's like, oh, hey, the promotion is real. Like, you just need to show your loyalty, because the Emperor already knew about this whole ruse like the whole time. Excuse me. And did Kikimora's like, did I pass? Oh, she even said that Palm's things can burn for all I care. So I guess she doesn't care about her mom. Okay. It's not okay, but whatever with Kikimora. But basically, like, did I pass? And she's like, unfortunately, yes. So she doesn't like Kikimora. And she's like, oh, who's under my command? What do I get? And then Terra's like, you get to live. Ooh, this is kind of setting up that Emperor Belos is not a kind man. We keep on saying that up. So hopefully he's a powerful villain. You know, for like the upcoming fight. Because I'm assuming there is going to be one. I'm assuming. And yeah, there needs to be a rematch between Luce and Belos from the Season 1 fight at the Season 1 finale. There needs to be a rematch of some kind. I would assume. But anyway. We get to basically we have, you know, Hootie and Lucy saying like oh, Hootie's words like, oh, stealing is legal now. Like, oh, I'm your god. Like, and they're just causing destruction. They basically, you know, escape, and they're wearing like a cloak so they can get out of there. I'm glad that Hootie's still in the backpack, the birdhouse thing. That's pretty cool. And basically, we have Terra basically saying, this actually was kind of weird. She actually said to Luce, hey, the Emperor looks forward to meeting you, human. Until then, happy Coven Day Parade. And she drags Princess and Kikimora with the vines, and they just go into the water. I'm assuming they're alive. Terra just killed herself. No, they're alive. And they're kind of like, what? And then we basically have, what was it? Amity and Lucy like, oh, Lucy, oh, Amity, you're the best. Like, how can I ever repay you? And Amity's like, well, can you explain this? And Lucy's like, oh, and she's kind of like, oh man. And it's like, hey, I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna force you to talk about your mom, but by the look of your face, I know that you somehow got into the human realm. It didn't go well, did it? And she's like, okay. It's just like oh, she said like, oh, our relationship so far, it just started, and you even learning Spanish. I just didn't want to disappoint you when I could leave. And she's like, what? And just so much I had to talk to you about. And she says, okay, well, just start from the beginning. Let's just let's work something out, because I know our relationship kind of seems crazy right now with our situation with you in the human realm and me being here with my family. But I'm willing to take things one day at a time so we can all figure this out, so we can find some middle ground. And that's what Luce was trying to do in her own way, as I understand it. It's all about middle grounds, finding a compromise. I'm willing to take things one day at a time, which I really love. Take things one day at a time, because I so kind of want to. I remind myself of that. Don't put all your cards in one deck. There's another way of explaining it. If you guys, play Goldfish or something. Anyway. And basically, Lucy's like, okay. And basically, we have Lucy and Amity kind of walking back to the Coven Day Parade to meet up with Ida, King, and Hootie. And Lucy in the background saying, hey, I made the portal door, but it wasn't the correct portal door. I might have missed something. But and I went to this weird place, and it cuts off from there. I'm assuming Lucy told Amity everything. Or at least most of everything. We have Ida and Rain gonna do a last brawl, and basically Rain's kind of like, oh, Ida's like, hey Rain, don't you remember this? And it's Ida's Requiem, and we see Rain's kind of sweating, and their head is hurting. Ida, why don't you just leave me alone? But oh my goodness, maybe the music is the trick to bring them back or something. It's really cool. And basically, Ida ran out of glyphs. Because Rain went the last blast, and we see a couple bruises on Ida, and she's like, and basically we have Rain find a glyph, and it's the invisibility one, and we see a couple of Coven scouts like, oh, Head Witch, are you back there? And they just hand Ida the glyph, and Rain's like, Ida, travel a bit, okay? Just get out of town. I'm letting you go. Just don't contact me again, and please. But kind of also please be safe, kind of in a way. And Ida's really upset, and Ida puts the invisibility glyph, and she holds her breath and just gets out of there. And they're like, oh, Head Witch, are you okay? And they just wipe away a tear. So maybe just some memories there. Like, what's going on? And they're like, I'm fine. I'm not badly bruised. To get together on the roof. We have Emperor Belos, basically saying oh, everyone, oh, children on the aisles, and we see different people. We see Willow and Gus together, and we even see just a what do I want to say, a green stripe in her hair. So she has a little dye in her hair. I guess Amity did that for her also, or it was probably on her own, or one of her dads did it, and Amity just left. But I'm assuming Amity did it. I'm assuming. And we have and Gus came over also. That's pretty cool. And we actually see Lilith and Gwendolyn, which is Lilith and Ida's mother. That's Gwen. And so we have them together, and they're watching the parade. And we actually see Lilith get a little bit more of her curls. But remember from the flashbacks, she had orange curly hair. And we're getting a little bit more of the curls. That's pretty cool. It's cool that she's going back natural. As long as it's her own choice, it's cool. And basically saying oh, in 1 month the Day of Unity is going to begin, and that's when all of the magic is gonna unite the Titan, and it's gonna be at the eclipse when the tides are low and the moon, blocks the sun. It will eclipse the sun, and basically we're gonna put an end to wild magic. We're gonna just destroy it. And King's like, I'm gonna destroy wild magic. How's it gonna do that? And he's like, oh, how's he gonna do that? There's a bunch of baloney. And it's like, and we have a sympathetic Emperor, maybe, or maybe he's just lying. Who knows? But he's like, he's like, hey, Children of the Isles, I appreciate your support so much. And you're probably all wondering, because he has eyes everywhere, so you probably recognize that Gus and Will we're talking about, and Amity, we're talking about his face. And he's kind of like, oh, like, you know, I always hid my face because I was afraid of what you would judge me, but your support means so much to me. I can finally reveal my face from this mask. And he takes off the mask, and it was like, and Ida looks, and now we get the reveal of his old man face with the green goop stripe like across his face. And I like how Will and Gus go like, like they're not like, so it's not like they're like disgusted by it or it's like it's the most terrible thing. They're kind of like, I would have imagined better. That's like the perfect way to sum it up. I love it. And then he's like, thank you, Boiling Isles. And they're like, oh, we love you, Belos. And then this is what I was saying about the whole Terra saying, like, Amity's like, what's Emperor Bell saying that he's going to get rid of wild magic? And the eclipse, what's going on? And what did Terra mean that the Emperor is going to meet you? Didn't you guys already meet? So that wasn't like a mix of words of what Terra was saying. Or if I misheard. Amity said that, what did Terra mean by that? And then Lucy said, I don't know. But whatever happens, we're going to take things one day at a time. And Amity taught her that, which is really nice. And that, and even when it went Scream with the Black, we still hear the crowd saying, Belos, Belos. And that's the end of the episode. Okay. Time to rate the episode. Even though I'm not sure how long I've been recording, so I kind of forgot the score I gave at the beginning. So it might be a new score, but it's everything I said, I just want to tally it up. So let's see. Let's see. 25, 90. 85. Okay. I reevaluated some things, and I'm willing to give it 75 actually, not 65. That was my original score. It was just okay, D plus, but I'm willing to give it a C plus. Yeah, I'm willing to give it this is a good episode actually. I'm just reevaluating some things, and I think a lot of the flaws I said weren't like that big. I think the main flaws I had with it were, I would say, again, I wish the whole Rain being mind controlled, which was kind of drawn out more. That was the first one. You know, Lucy acting crazy a bit. That was a bit let's see. What was it? Oh yeah, the Kikimora plotline as a whole, and also two main plotlines. So those are 4 right there. There was one more. Oh right, it was King reading Ida's diary. I just thought that was too much of a jerk move. The other ones I had with like Luce like not being able to climb down the roof even though she was able to with previous episodes, I'm willing to let that go. Along with Kikimora falling for the whole promotion thing, I'm willing to let that go also. But and also that's kind of part of the whole Kikimora plotting as a whole also. So I'm willing to put that as a whole also. So it kind of works like that way. Terra being one-dimensional, I'm kind of willing to let go because this is just her introduction. I'm willing to give her more episodes to grow as a person to be more of a fleshed-out villain. This is just her introduction, but it's just so far she just seems kind of one note. But maybe I just need to give her a chance more. Maybe I don't know. I'm kind of willing to. I really like her voice and design. I really like it, even though I didn't play her voice in the clip. I don't know. I really like it. So yeah. Again, it wasn't great or anything, but it was good. It was good. Re-evaluating it, it was good. So yeah, definitely better than the mid-season finale. I forgot if it gave it 60 or 65 to that. I'm not sure, but 75. Yeah, it was a good episode. And everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share the video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my mini review for I might reconsider this, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do a mini review for Chipocalypse Now, even though it kind of already did a whole thing with the whole new theme song thing. I already talked about the episode. Why not? Why not do a mini review for Chipocalypse Now? Like well. Or maybe I might do something else, but I'm definitely doing episode 12 tomorrow, and it's called Elsewhere and Elsewhen for the Owl House season 2. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow for that. Okay. Bye.